Welcome. We're going to talk today about the new and improved accessibility features of iOS 15. Our learning target is that you will learn how to utilize those new iOS 15 features to make the iPad more accessible for students. So the first thing we want to talk about is improved switch control. So this is found in the same place as it was before, in your settings app, and then in accessibility, and then you're going to choose switches, but they have added this option to use sounds like a click or a pop or an E sound to control switch actions. Let's take a look at how that looks on an iPad screen. Okay, so we're looking at switch settings. We're going to start by heading to our settings app. Then we're going to scroll down and look for accessibility. And then we're going to scroll again. There we go. We found switch control. And now if you go to the switches heading, you can say add new switch up here at the top. And one of those options is to use a sound. And what's really great about this is you can practice these sounds as well. So if we go into practice and then we try doing a click, now we can tell it worked. Okay, so if someone's practiced and it still says waiting for sound, it means the iPad isn't recognizing that sound. So we would know not to choose that particular sound. Let's just say done. And it seems like the iPad recognized my click. So I'm going to choose that sound. And I'm going to choose that when I make that sound, it's going to select an item. That way I can use my switch control with auto scanning, which is selected down here under scanning style. So we're going to leave it at auto scanning. And then we can go down to the timing. So here we have 1 second. Let's increase that a little bit. So it's 1.5. And now let's just go ahead and give it a try. So now if I want to click, I can make that sound with my mouth and it should work. It does take a little bit of practice. I'm just going to go ahead and turn our switch control off so that we can keep going here. So the next new and improved accessibility feature we want to talk about is the fact that there is a magnifier app built right into the system now. And so when your iOS was updated to 15, you'd find that under utilities, and it looks just like a magnifying glass with that plus sign in the middle there. And I'm going to just go ahead and open that up. And you could use this to look more closely at anything in your environment. I happen to have a document up, and so I can zoom in much closer on this document than if I was reading it without my iPad. And again, you probably want some sort of a stand in order to make that a functional thing. And the next thing we want to talk about here is going to be something back within our settings called background sounds. And so this is just what it sounds like. This is background noise that someone could listen to while they're working on the iPad to drown out the noises around them. Here we're going to scroll down to hearing, and we're going to choose audio and visual. And there you see it right in the middle, background sounds. And now you can choose the type of background sound. We can just preview these a little bit. There's one that sounds like rain or a stream or the ocean. And again, you can do a little preview of that if you want. And you can adjust how loud or soft the music plays, that background sound. You have some other options here too, where you can have the sound stop when the iPad's locked, which is kind of nice. Or if you want the students to be able to close the iPad but still listen to the noise, then just leave this open. But if you want the sound to stop when the iPad's locked, go ahead and turn that on. So that's background sounds. Next, just wanted to talk about some new additions to VoiceOver. And so as we're in accessibility here, our settings, accessibility, we can go into VoiceOver, which is the screen reader for the iPad. And you have a bunch of settings that you can change here. But just wanted to mention that right now, VoiceOver is going to give you more details when you're looking at images within the iPad. So when you're looking at an image, it will go ahead and read tables. It'll read text, objects, and even if you move your finger over a photo, you can hear where a person is relative to the other things that are in that photo. And VoiceOver doesn't work great while we're trying to record the screen. So I'm not going to go in there, but just want to make sure that you know that those options are available now with VoiceOver. So that can be nice for some of our students with visual impairments. And so those are just a few of the newest accessibility features in iOS 15 that may be beneficial to your students.